Now I want to talk about what is an industrialist. Before I get there, let's talk about a few things. Let's talk about the individual, let's talk about society, and let's talk about objectives. The individual in the West. The idea of the individual is a grand idea saying men can do what they so choose. They are an individual. There's the other side saying society is more important than the individual, and there are two arguments the East and the West usually argue about these things. I'm taking a radical different approach because we've seen the Chinese are clearly excelling in industry without the idea of the individual. In the West, we excelled with the idea of the individual. I'm making the bold statement and the bold claim to say, let's make the idea of industry the objective of men, and nothing overrides that idea. Industry should be the baseline of everything you decide to do. I'm not saying the individual idea is right or the society idea is right. I'm saying society needs an objective. Individuals need an objective. Institutions need a strong objective. As individuals, we have objectives. Hey, my goal is to do this and this and this and this and that. And we usually attain them. When we attain them, we said, I attained my dreams, I reached my goals because I set out to do these things. And a society might do the same thing. The problem today is society is focused on being comfortable. First, we have the idea of conquest. We conquered through taking resources through war and various means like that. And then after that, we start establishing civilizations and we try to be comfortable, making ourselves comfortable in that process. I'm saying we need to keep conquering, but not conquering the next man. We are so sophisticated and past that stage. We now need to conquer the idea of what is the meaning of life. That's what we need to be conquering through what we know works. Industry, technology, these are the things that bring us close. So I've explained those two things concisely, compendiously. Now I want to discuss something that's vastly very important. And this is where you have a decision to make. We have two serious problems. Human nature problems. As people in the West, I'm not vastly familiar with the East and how they approach this, but I'm going to speak from the perspective of the individual. There's serious selfishness, and I need to talk about bravery. Naturally, we want to be the person that gets the light, be in the limelight. We want to build the company that changes the world and get praise. Naturally, we want these things. But it takes vast bravery, like what, for example, the Bitcoin Satoshi Nakamoto guy did. He invented something, arguably selflessly, where he took almost nothing, as far as we know, and he left us something so great that distributed opportunity to a grand scale. Same thing with the United States founding. The men that were behind that would have easily negotiated with kings and so on to say, hey, we don't want to pay taxes, but the peasants can pay the taxes and we could run the show here. But there was vast selflessness that went into that, and we now reap the benefits of not paying taxes to a king today, and look at the wealth that arose from that. I'm saying we need to pursue industry aggressively. We need to pursue wealth. We need to pursue all these things, and we need to improve people's lives with extreme selflessness and bravery to the elimination of trying to be in the limelight and making choices leading to that. Secondly, we need to improve the lives of men, not just for short-term and easy profit, like building administrative companies, but we need to improve the lives of men long-term, with long-term thinking. And it takes men that understand these things on a deep level, communicate it on the surface level, and execute it bravely with fearlessness. And that's why I'm here. I think dedicating my life to such an objective is the greatest thing one could do. And making decisions based on industrialist principles, using the idea of industry, thinking deeply about how does this contribute to industry? How do my actions contribute to industry? I'm making every single choice of my life based on this. I think that's a life worth living, and I want to find men with this perspective. And we're not going to engage as individuals or as a community, but we're going to engage with this objective, and nothing overrides this objective.